Peace to the gods and the goddesses, man. About to do a quick little video. Yo, bro, it's hot as hell. Bruh. It's like freaking 100 degrees outside, man. God damn. Somebody like me, son, I didn't even hook up my AC for probably about 5-6 years, man. I don't even use AC in the yibs no more, son. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, the hell with it, man. I'm gonna just take the heat. But, bruh, it is baking outside right now, son. But yo, man, what's popping out there in the pumping out there in the YouTube world, man? You know, shout out to the OF supporters, man, that been, you know what I'm saying, been riding with me for years, man. You know what I mean? They've been riding with me for years, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh. For years, bruh. You know what I mean? They've been you know what I mean, keeping the archives alive, bruh. You know, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all the real MVPs, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to the YouTube team, son. You know, the ones who really about that light. Not these frauds who be coming up in here thinking they could feed, son. You know, I ain't even gonna say nothing about that, bro. As far as the feeding is concerned, but they gonna be in for a hell of a surprise. You know what I mean? Because like I said, man, I'm not one of these niggas in the conscious community, son. I don't move like these niggas in the conscious community, son. You know what I mean? They be sitting up here misguiding the guard race. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is, man. But yeah, man, we gonna be talking about these motherfucking these simps with bread, son. You know what I'm saying? Because there is a heavy vibration. You know, there's always something floating around in the goddamn matrix, man. They got all these different kinds of aromas just hitting everybody's nostrils. You know what I mean? They're like, well, I like how this smell. Let me go over here. Ooh, that smell pretty good over there, man. Let me see what's popping over there, cuz. Damn, that shit smell good, son. What's that you feeding on, son? You know what I mean? They got all these aromas, all these vibrations floating around in the matrix. And one hard vibration that they have been pushing heavy is these motherfucking simps with bread, son. Now, most people might not see these individuals as simps. You know what I mean? They might just see them as millionaires or billionaires. You know what I'm saying? Or people who got a lot of bread, son. 100,000 years, son. You know what I mean? But these mofos is simps with bread, son. They being pushed to the forefront in regards to how someone should be governing themselves throughout the matrix, and how a female should be treating them, and what they want from a female, and this is what a man. In other words, these motherfuckers are pushed to the forefront of being what a blueprint, or representing a blueprint of what a man wants, son. You gotta know, anytime the beast push anything to the forefront, man, that shit is fugazi as hell. You know what I mean? So they got a lot of simps out there with bread talking about what a man wants, when these mofos, they not even real men, son. You know what I mean? They not no real men. These mofos is a bunch of males pretending to be men, son. Sitting up here saying, well, you know, I'm above average man. You know, I'm 6'1", 6 feet, 6'3", 6'4". You know, they got these BS criterias now that a high value man, that's what they call it now. A high value man is somebody who is, you know, 6 feet, 6'1", 6'4", 5, 6'6", a tall man. You know what I'm saying? And he's a millionaire, or he got a lot of bread, or a lot of businesses, and you know what I'm saying? He basically carries himself on this vibration of being this high valued man according to the matrix terms and definitions. Son. You know what I'm saying? And they pushing this frequency out there to these females. You know what I'm saying? They pushing this frequency out there to the females, and these females is falling for it, son. They always fall for the signal that the beast throw out there, son. You know what I mean? High value man. Number one, how in the hell that you're high value? Matter of fact, we ain't even gonna touch upon that. Let's touch upon the how they expect a woman to treat them on a certain level. So like if they wanna, they high value, so they gonna have multiple women coming at them. So they looking at it like, well, I got a lot of options. So if I decide to sleep with 50, 60, 70 women, you know what I'm saying, simultaneously, or throughout a year or a month or whatever, you know what I'm saying, I'm capable and obligated to do that because I'm a high value man, and these females are attracted to me because I'm high value. They recognize that I'm a high value man, so they on me, son. So they out here just slinging ding-a-ling, son. You know what I mean? They slanging ding-a-ling to this chick and that chick. They getting this chick pregnant, that chick pregnant, and they looking at it, well, because shit, I got the money, you know what I'm saying, to take care of the kids and the girls, so you know what I'm saying, I could have my cake and eat it too. They got the whole purpose of dealing with multiple women corrupt, because it's being filtered through a frequency of somebody who claims to be high valued, but the reality is they ain't nothing but a male that's pretending, son. These demons be out here pretending, charading, thinking nobody can see through they goddamn charade, son. You know what I mean? Only because they talking to a bunch of people who's blind, deaf, and dumb. They talk to people who's really disconnected from God, son. You know what I mean? And they in submission to these archons that's you know what I'm saying, that they look up to, they pray to, get on their hands and their knees and they pray to, son. They in submission to these archons. So they assume this is the way that it's supposed to be. Number one, they not no high value man because they got synthetic blood, son. The only real high value man on planet Earth is the carbonated man, when he's vibrating on that etheric frequency, son. And the same goes for the carbonated woman. The only high value woman on the planet is a carbonated goddess who's vibrating on that etheric frequency, son. These criteria that they got out here talking about, this is a high value man and a high value woman because they got a lot of money and everybody want them, that shit don't mean that you high value. That shit just means you a target. Because high value, real high value people, everybody don't want. Everybody doesn't want a real high value man or a real high value woman, because these individuals set the bar so goddamn high. And it ain't even really high, son. It's just high because these people vibrate so low that when they really come into a space of a real high value man or a high value woman, they like, god damn, son, like it's so much shit that's required. I ain't built for this. I ain't built for this, man. You know what I mean? The reality is these mofos is not built to build with the gods, son. They not built to build with the gods, son. You have to be built to build with the gods or the goddesses, man. And they not built for it, son. They built to be in submission to the beast, which is why they always run the other way. The other way. Number one, by default, a high value man don't have to tell a quote unquote woman how she needs to carry herself if she's high value. This shit is automatic. You know what I'm saying? You are executing the God's codes when you are quote unquote high value man or high value woman. You're executing the codes that's not even of this dimension, son. You're not sitting up here living a life of how the Matrix wants you to live your life, son. You're not vibing on that frequency of how the Matrix is telling you that you need to vibrate on. You vibrating on something that's way beyond this dimension. You know what I'm saying? That makes the average person extremely uncomfortable when you speak or when you are even in their presence. When they see you carrying yourself with such discipline, son. You know what I'm saying? It makes them feel extremely uncomfortable only because you're like a mirror that's revealing who they really are. And when they see that image of them not being able to execute what you execute, it makes them feel some kind of way, bro. You know what I'm saying? It makes them feel some kind of way, bro. So they looking at fornicating with a bunch of chicks as a perk of being high value. When the real reason why a high value man would sleep with multiple high value women is to nation build. When you are bringing in a nation, son. You know what I'm saying? You bringing in babies to raise them up to be gods and goddesses, son. You ain't just running around here with a bunch of different baby mothers and a bunch of kids, 10, 12, 13, 14 kids because you a millionaire. You looking at it, well, I got the money to take care of them, so I'm good. You know what I mean? I got the money to take care of them, so I could afford it. We straight. Nah, fam. That's what these males want you to see. That's how these males want you to see the shit. You know what I mean? These males want you to see the frequency of a high value man and somebody who get money, and they talk about, God first. They like to thank God and God first, and God is, like I said, man, you could tell where the money came from just by how the person is using it. These people use money as a weapon to get sex from chicks. And these chicks out here use their womb as a weapon to get money from these niggas. You know what I mean? They both think that they playing each other when the reality is they playing themselves. Because they going deeper into the depths of hell by quote unquote running game on each other when they really running game on themselves. They really are exercising rituals that would never allow them to make contact with their higher self, son. They constantly performing these rituals that will make them manifest the lower version of them, son. And it comes a point in time, son, when they just do so much damn rituals that they just become lost and they just in the land of limbo. And it's like these motherfuckers cannot be found, they cannot be saved, it's just a wrap. You know what I mean? They got the damn mark of the beast on them. They got the goddamn mark on them. High value man with synthetic. These motherfuckers got synthetic blood. These hybrids. The hell you a high value and you a hybrid? The hell you a high value and you a human? You know what I mean? You mofos ain't no high value. They think because they get a lot of chicks. They have sex with a lot of chicks, that somehow makes them high value. No, you a simp. You gotta understand it's different dimensions of a simp. You have a simp that say that bow down to the bitches. You have these simps out here that can't stop having sex because they weak for the poom poom, son. You know what I mean? These mofos be up on these podcasts. Well, Shorty was giving me the ass. So shit, what am I supposed to do? Not hit? Yeah, if you real, if you got the willpower, if you got the discipline, if you know exactly what's actually being done when you engage in sex, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, you refuse the twat. Cause these chicks out here, man, it's like they represent the Venus flytrap cult, where it's like they on a mission to just absorb all of the nutrition. You know what I'm saying? All of the manna out of the men, son, and suck them. They suck them dry, son. Suck them dry and take them off of a timeline of where they would actually meet a woman that would actually like really be there for them. They be there for each other. Like I stated before, man, these hoes out here, the purpose for these hoes out here is to make sure communities don't get built, son. That's the purpose of these hoes, man. To make sure communities don't get built, son. Wherever you see hoes walking around, just know that that is a conquered territory, son. That is a conquered village, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if the substance that has the portal to bring through the quote unquote next generation, if that substance is polluted, what the hell you think the offspring is going to be that come through that portal, son? These chicks out here is polluted, son. These demons, they shapeshift. So you know they decorate their face, they decorate their hair, they decorate their body to make it look as if they are quote unquote attractive. But that's all a trap. Because it plays on your senses. It manipulates your senses to make you think, wow, this is a real woman. This is the kind of woman I want. No, that's a demon. That is a demon using sorcery, makeover magic, to manipulate their appearance to make her seem appealing to the simp. And the simp becomes hypnotized and mesmerized by the quote unquote beauty. Now she is just doing whatever it is she want to do to this dude. He don't care because he's looking at it like he's a high value man because he got money and this is how it's supposed to be. No, it's not supposed to be, son. I mean, well, actually, it is supposed to be like that because you're a goddamn simp. But it's not going to be like that for no real God man or no real God woman. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all little simulation y'all got going on over there. A bunch of chaos and confusion, son. Organized chaos, son. You know what I mean? Notice the people who run the planet don't have their wives moving around like that. You know what I'm saying? These elites who run the planet, they don't go around saying that they a high value man, or the wives don't go around saying they a high value woman. You see how they move. You know what I'm saying? The wives don't dress like these whores out here who think that they high value. You know what I'm saying? These people don't know what value is. You know, remaining in connection with the gods, that's high value. You know what I mean? Straight up. Not running around here blazing everything. Oh yeah, I'm the shit because, these chicks opening their legs for me. Them bitches is weak. Anybody could smash that, son. Them bitches is available everywhere like white rice. You know what I'm saying? Every restaurant you go into, they serving you white rice because that shit is cheap as hell, man. A synthetic grain, son. You know what I mean? Not every restaurant you go to, they got wild rice. You know what I mean? Not every restaurant you go to, they got wild rice, man. But every restaurant you go to, these motherfuckers got white rice, bruh. You know, because that shit is synthetic, man. It's like, bruh, they think because they sell 1 billion McDonald's burgers that the burgers is popping. No, it ain't. It's weak. It's cheap. If anybody could get it, there is no value. You know what I mean? So these guys, they try to make it seem like, and there's times they will try to make it seem like, well, I got money, so I got options, so I don't want to deal with you because I'm dealing with her. The reality is they dealing with the same bitch every time, son. It don't matter if she's 5'9", 5'5", or 4'11". It don't matter if she's black, if she's Italian, if she's then Indian. They all the same because they all vibrate on that same frequency, son. So the illusion is he's dealing with a different chick because the face look different. But at the core, it's the same concubine vibration, son. And that's how the demons shapeshift their appearance. They shapeshift the surface to make it seem like it's different. But if you peep the core, you see it's synonymous, man. They all moving on the same frequency, son. You know what I mean? That damn the damn succubus, the succubus energy, son. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that the succubus is all about sex. Nah, it ain't all about sex. It's about extracting your life force on any frequency that they see they can manipulate. So they might not be able to get you with the sex, but they might be able to get you with a certain type of assistance. You know what I'm saying? So they will extract it that way, son. You know what I'm saying? Is different dimensions to each outcome, son. Is like, in other words, they would explain like the succubus and damn demon as a sex entity, son. An entity that just want to extract your sexual energy. Nah, bro. Is multiple ways of sex, is multiple dimensions of sex. A type of a conversation can be a form of sex. You know what I'm saying? They identify that with known as flirting. When you flirting with somebody and you having these types of conversations under the frequency of flirting, that is the form of vocal sex that you're having, son. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't only it's not only one dimension, son. It's multi-dimensional, but because these people brains, you know what I'm saying, is locked in the matrix. They don't have the God vision, son. You know what I'm saying? They don't see things as the gods see it, son. These motherfuckers ain't no high value, man. I don't give a damn if it's an Andrew Tate. That nigga is not no high valued man, son. These motherfucking Masons out here that be pretending that this rags to riches story, son. Come on, the shit is getting old, man. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is not high valued men, son. Realistically speaking, son. Realistically speaking, they're not high valued. The only high valued man and woman on the planet is the carbonated man and the carbonated woman. That's it, period. Pure solar beings. We the only high value. Everybody else is simulating, pretending, hoping that we believe and tie into the vibration. Therefore, we donate our power now and we make it real because we accept it. You know what I mean? They constantly do the rituals hoping to get us involved. Now when we get involved to a T where we quote unquote believe, now it becomes real. You know what I'm saying? They out here frauding in the matrix, son. Frauding in the motherfucking matrix, B. I just be sitting back looking like, man, these motherfuckers, bruh. Like, words, man, sitting up here talking about high value, and you got these people all up on a podcast, and you know what I'm saying? You could just tell just by looking at them. You like, man, you is not, bruh. Son, you ain't about that light, man. You just got some paper, and you talking to people that's in poverty, son. You know what I mean? And they looking at what you saying as golden, based upon their current circumstances, son. You know what I'm saying? They look up to these people, son. They put money in these people's pocket because you know you know that the audience of poverty is deep. There's a big audience that represents poverty, son. That's why finance is like one of the most watched videos on all social media platforms, son. Because there's a lot of people that's in poverty, son. And they put these agents out there for the beast, these people with money. You know, they get them some coins and they make them look good on camera and all that. And the people in poverty is all ears. The people in poverty don't even realize they making those people rich and famous by donating your power, by even focusing on their ass, son. Because y'all the real rich ones. They the ones who's really in poverty. You know, man, if you really got money like that, son, you ain't on no podcast every day, bruh. Nigga, you out there living. You know what I'm saying? You living your life. You don't really want to make nobody rich, man. Because the reason why you rich is because they poor. That's why I say if you really want to make somebody rich, these motherfuckers be claiming that they want to make somebody rich. Why they never put bread in the niggas' hands or the chicks' hands? Why they never go? Everybody know where poor people is at, son. Everybody know where poor people is at. Especially these so-called rich people, son. They know where poor people is at, son. These niggas never hop out their bed, hit the hood, and bless niggas with bread. And get them a plan. They never do that, son. Niggas never do that because these niggas don't want niggas to get rich, son. They want motherfuckers to stay poor. And they be selling these wolf tickets with these damn podcasts, son. I see through all these niggas and bitches. Niggas think they, man, bruh. Bruh, son. Man, yo, niggas is real lucky, son, that I had fell back from doing videos, son. Bruh, son. Old folks is lucky I fell back for a minute doing videos, bro. But it's like the shit that I'm seeing, bro. It's like, man, these mofos is frauds, man. They frauding heavy out here in these matrix streets, son. They not about that light, son. These niggas is not really about helping anybody, son. You know what I mean? They frauding, son. They want to keep the audience in a certain paradigm where the audience constantly keep depending on them, son. You know what I mean? Because the audience is what paying these people bills, is what's giving them the money. You know what I'm saying? It's like they absorbing all of these people light. You know what I mean? And these people, it's like a seance, man. When you're looking at these podcasts, it's like a seance, man. You got the audience that's It's no different than a damn freaking football game when you go into the stadium. It's no different than a stadium, son. When you see all the fans, they come into the stadium, they all sit down in the seats and they all watch the people play. How much energy is being donated in that big ass witch pot that they call a stadium, son? It's the same shit, man. You sitting up here listening to a podcast. They got Spotify. Spotify will be the stadium. It's just a digital stadium now. Spotify is a digital stadium and everybody just log on. They got their own digital seat. And they just sit there, listen, and donate all that energy, son. Making that mother the rich, man. Thinking what this person is saying is like, ooh, yo, facts. Yo, I'm going to use that line, bro. Yo, that's facts. Because, you know, nigga, you in poverty. You don't really understand that these what Eminem said? Best believe somebody's paying the Pied Piper, son. These motherfuckers is Pied Pipers, man. You know what I mean? Fine tuning you to keep you in poverty, cuz. Motherfuckers ain't helping nobody, man. Motherfuckers ain't, man, bro. These niggas is simps out here, bro. Straight cheese, man. Simps out here. Simps with bread, son. You know what I mean? Trying to dictate how a female should move and how and this is what a male expect from a female, and this is how a male or a man should move. Man, these niggas don't know how no man should move. These males don't know how no man should move, and they damn sure don't know how no female should move, son. You know what I'm saying? You already got the codes pre-installed in you for the carbonated beans on how you should move. You already know how to move. In fact, the Matrix is telling you the exact opposite of how you should move. You know what I mean? These mofos don't want you to move on the frequency of the gods. They want you to move on the frequency of these damn demons out here. Oh, you young. What they tell the girls? Oh, you young. You should be out there having fun. Fun translates into you should be out there being a whore. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and have sex with a bunch of guys. You know what I'm saying? Just live your life. In other words, go through the rituals to become a harlot. Go exercise those rituals to become a harlot. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get in your like late 30s, your 40s, you know what I'm saying? Then you get your grand prize, son, which is loneliness. You get your trophy for being lonely and beat up, battered and bruised. And all your walls knocked down. And now you sitting around talking about how men ain't shit. No, males ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference between a man and a male. You know what I'm saying? Like I stated before in past videos, these males and these females, they the clones. They the ones who walk like us, look like us, talk like us, but they are not us. For the carbonated beings. When I'm talking about the males and the females, I'm talking about the entire human species. But for this little example I was giving, I'm speaking about the black people, son. They look like us, walk like us, talk like us, but they are not us. They the clones. They the males and the females. They vibrate on a positive and negative polarity, son. You know what I mean? All emotions, son. Nothing that they do is soulful, son. Everything that they do is based in emotion, son. You know what I mean? Everything, son. They could try to pretend, but trust, man. We always know from the jump that you pump faking, son. You know what I'm saying? We know the difference between a jump and a pump fake, bruh. You know what I mean? They ain't really about that light, bruh. They frauding out here in the Matrix, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't be falling for these motherfuckers. I know that signal is out there heavy. You know what I mean? That signal is out there heavy on high value man and high value woman, and then you got these whores out here with these, you know, these OnlyFans bitches, you know what I'm saying, who make bread talking about, I only want to talk to guys who make more money than me. Only guys who make more money than me turn me on. Bitch, you a demon. You know what I'm saying? You corrupt software. Your whole software is corrupt. You know what I mean? From your big toe to your forehead. You corrupt. You know what I mean? Stay away. Stay away from them bitches, man. You know what I mean? Stay away, B. No matter how many verses, no matter how hard they 16 is, huh? No matter if they spit the most powerfulest verse you ever heard. No matter if they dropping bars. You know what I mean? Just know that them bars is gonna be your prism of a prison, son. Those bars that they spitting is gonna be a prism that represent a prison, son. You're gonna be finding yourself in a damn jail, a damn jail frequency of constantly having your energy extracted, son. Because that's their mission. This post came across my feed where somebody was talking about I think it was a football player, some athlete in the game just got married. I think they've been together for a while and they got married, and then the bitch just left him in less than a year, some shit like that, because he was going through hard times. Some shit they were saying, and the bitch and the person who was talking about the damn joint was like, you supposed to ride with your man when shit get rough. You ain't supposed to just up and leave. I left a comment like, shit, her mission accomplished. Her mission is accomplished. She was sent in there to suck his ass dry, throw his frequency off, and kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? And these are the type of attacks that God allow. You know what I mean? For you niggas, you know what I'm saying, you simps with bread to get hit with. Because y'all niggas don't do shit with the bread. Y'all niggas, that's how you know, son. God take what God didn't give, son. You know what I'm saying? You know they say the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh. Yo, God takes. Sometimes God take from you what he didn't give you, son. You know what I'm saying? Because you had the opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, in some shape, form, or fashion, at least justify the bullshit, son. Oh, you ain't gonna justify? Let me send this bitch in there. Let me send your weakness in there. Because God knows your weakness more than the devil knows your weakness. See, the devil got to study you to try to find your weakness. God already knows your weakness, son. You know what I'm saying? There is no mistake when God send one of these concubines in to extract your life force, son. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas think that the devil is like the top tier of quote unquote evil. Man, ain't nobody could out evil God, son. God created the devil, son. You see, the Matrix done gave mofos this fake depiction of what God is, son. You know, this Jesus Christ, this Allah, all these fake ass gods that they got out here, son. These emotional ass gods, son. You know what I'm saying? They done gave the members of the God race this fake demeanor of what God is, son. God outranked the devil by a landslide. There is no comparing God to the devil, son. You know what I mean? There is no comparing God to the devil, son. That's like comparing a freaking snail to a goddamn Lamborghini. That's like you got a snail at the starting. You got a snail and a Lamborghini at the damn starting line, and niggas is getting ready to wave the checkered flag, talk about race. What? You know, there is no comparison, son. You know what I'm saying? There is no comparison, son. The devil have to study you. God already knows. So God knows all these niggas out here and these bitches, but we talking about these simps ass out here. And there's simp bitches too, son. You know what I'm saying? But we focusing on these simp ass niggas out here, son. You know what I'm saying? And they could be a goddamn human too. They ain't gotta be a carbonated being vibrating black or these black demons out here, son. You know what I mean? God knows these motherfucking simps. And he knows what you lust. God would use that bitch that the devil seduced to turn into a concubine. Yo, go get that nigga, man. You know, like Styles P said, shoot him in his hands. He ain't handling the money right. You know what I'm saying? God said, like, man, go get that nigga, son. Nigga, wear this, wear that, look like this, put this perfume on, stand like this, look at him like this. You know what I'm saying? All hacks to crack them codes in your DNA to make you submit. All hacks. You know, giving her all the hacks. She thinks she's doing it naturally, not knowing that she's being guided by God to get this nigga, son. Nigga think everything's sweet. Oh yeah. Get him for everything. Have a baby. Divorce his ass. You know what I'm saying? Get half his fortune, half his assets, and child support. Now he's sitting there looking stressed. Now a nigga on his hands and knees praying to God. Praying to a fake God. Now the nigga remember God. Why is it that when these rich niggas go through hard times, that's when they want to remember God? That's when these niggas always talk about, yeah, man, I need to change, I'm gonna turn over a new leaf and all this. Why niggas don't think like that when they up? You know what I mean? Because like I said, man, yo, God didn't give them that money, son. They got that shit from the devil, son. The devil gives people gifts too, son. Don't think that the devil ain't making people rich out here, son. The devil making mofos rich out here, son, so he could program the masses. I mean, they really want to get the carbonated beans, son. Ain't with the masses to just make it look like it's lit. They just use the masses to make it seem like it's more popular, and that's where the wave is. You know, the virus. You will see that's where the wave is. So everybody doing their monkey see, monkey do. You know what I mean? But these mofos out here, simps with bread, son. Simps. Don't fall for this frequency with these podcasters or these influencers online sitting up here fronting like they lit. You know what I mean? And talking about they high value and yeah, I'm gonna have all these women and all this and all that, and I'm sitting here slanging ding-a-lang, and I got a whole bunch of kids, and the reason why I'm doing it is because I could afford it. They bloodline is cursed, son. They bloodline is cursed, son. They all they doing is bringing in employees to serve the beast, son. That's all they doing, son. You know what I mean? Bringing in employees to serve the damn beast. Looking at these clowns like, man, y'all niggas don't even know the half, man. The last thing these niggas will want is, man, nigga like me get up, nigga like me get bread, bro. Son, that's what these niggas fear, son. These niggas fear for a nigga like me to get hella bread, son. That's one of their worst fears, bro. For a nigga like me to get bread, son. They fear that, yo. They heart palpate. They heart be having palpitations for them even thinking about shit like that. Like, yo, son, imagine if this nigga Cell Fluid just becomes a millionaire, son. Do you understand the kind of freaking impact this nigga would have? Imagine this nigga being a millionaire having a podcast talking about, man, you niggas is simps. You niggas ain't about that light. Calling out point for point soulfully, son. You know what I mean? Making these niggas look in the mirror. Niggas gotta hold their head down and close their eyes. Cause they can't bear to see that reflection, son. They like, God damn, this nigga is like, what the freak? It's like, this nigga reading my mind. Who is this nigga? Who let this nigga in the game, son? He got these bitches crossing their legs now. Oh my God, nigga, I gotta work hard now. It don't even matter how much bread I got. These bitches see the bait. They like, they like when you certain fishermen go out there and fish and they use bait that's not really appealing to the fish. And the fish just be like, man, I know this nigga over here trying to bait me, son. And the fish just be swimming around the bait, just teasing the nigga. The nigga outside the pond looking at the fish just circling the bait. Like, why this nigga ain't eating my bait? Cause the nigga know your game. The nigga know you gaming, cuz. Freak you mean? But yo, man, I'm about to get up out of here, bro. I already know what it is, man. I'm over here on this motherfucking battlefield. Violating them. Yo, man, these mofos out here simps with bread, bro. Simps with bread, son. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them getting got as they should get got, son, because they ain't really built. You know what I mean? They not built like that, son. Yo, man, y'all already know what it is, man. I'm up out of here, man. Quick little vid right there, man. Don't be falling for this BS vibration they got going on here with these damn sins pretending that they setting the stage on what a damn man should be and how a woman should be, son. You know what I mean? Bruh, man, the frequency, man, is so corrupt, bruh. Hella crazy out here, man. Rocking them. One.